Hey friends, let's take a look at a feature that I really like on .NET 6 called Hot Reload. I'm going to go ahead and do all of this demo entirely as much as I can at the command line. And that way we'll get to understand what's actually happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a folder here called Hot Reload. Go into it and you'll see that it's empty. And then we'll make one called .NET 5. And then we'll make one called .NET 6. And I'll remember that I can hit Control L to clear my console. So I got two folders, they're empty. Let's go into the .NET 5 one, empty, and I'll say .NET new, and I'm going to say global.json, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this folder to .NET 5. You see here it says .NET 6 in my prompt. If you like my prompt, I've done a whole video on how to set yours up, and I also have a blog post, so check those out. So I'm going to say .NET-info. I'm going to see the .NETs that I have. I have .NET 5 SDK, I've got a release candidate of 6, and I've got a release of 6.0, which is coming out next week. So I'm going to copy that into the clipboard .NET 5, and then we'll just go and open up our global.json inside of Visual Studio Code. And I'm going to change this from .NET 6 to 5. This is the SDK number for 5. I'm going to hit enter. And you're going to notice that now this folder is pinned to .NET 5. Okay. Now we will say .NET new console, make a console app. And let's open this up. I'll open it up in VS Code. We'll do it in Visual Studio Senior in a minute, but just using a regular text editor. I'm just going to use this as a text editor. Okay. And what we're going to do after we say yes to our various prompts, I'm just going to say .NET run. That'll compile it and run it. Take a second and it'll say hello world. Cool. Now let's go and maybe let's say like while true, and then we'll put that in a put that in a thing here, and then we'll say thread.sleep. Thread. That's not helpful in IntelliSense. Sometimes VS Code is a little goofy. Thread.sleep. I'll have it wait for a second or so. Okay, it's going to get salty at me about using system.threading. Okay, and then that will just kind of go up. All right, so we're going to hit .NET run, and that's going to go hello world, hello world, hello world. Cool. All right, now I'm going to say .NET watch run. I'm going to say watch the source code and run it. It says I'm going to start watching. And it says hello world, hello world, hello world. And then I'm going to change hello world to hello friends. I'm going to hit Control S, just hit save. And you'll see that it exited, recompiled, and came back. Okay, how can we prove that it exited, recompiled, and came back? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it say system.diagnostics.process.getCurrentProcess, and then we'll take the ID of that process. And what I'll do here in our hello friends bit of text is we'll make that a interpolated string. We'll go like that. We're going to say hello friends, and then we're going to put out the current PID, the current number. All right, and then we'll see if that changes or not. So I'll put that back over here, and then we'll .NET watch run again. We see hello friends, and we see it's got a PID process ID there of 34756. Hello y'all. Control S, exited, recompiles. Now it's got a new process ID. And that's what .NET Watch has done. It basically watches the source code, and then when you make a change, it kicks it, stops the process, recompiles, and comes back. So that's kind of cool. I want to go ahead and put that into the clipboard, and we'll hang on to that for a little bit later. Now, I remind you that that is here in our .NET 5 demo folder. Let's go back up, and we'll go down to our .NET 6 folder, and we'll say .NET new console in here. There's our console app. .NET run, compiles, takes a second, and boom, says hello world. Pause for effect. There we go. And again, .NET Run is a little slower because it is actually doing the compilation. If you think .NET is slow because of that demo, let's go down into the beast, and I'll prove to you that it's in fact really fast. It's just that the .NET Run does a full recompile. Okay, so now let's go ahead and open that in VS Code, and then we'll snap and snap and snap. You'll notice that our console file is a little simpler. It doesn't have the using and the public static void main. It's still there. It's just implicit. If you don't like it, you can put it back. It doesn't hurt anybody. And then what we'll do here now is we will take the console.write line that I saved from before with the process ID. And then what I'm going to do is I'll do my while true. And if I put that in here, it'll work as before. Now, there's an implicit entry point here. There is a public static void main entry point, meaning with the entry into our application that is happening here. It's just that you can't see it, okay? And that static entry point is not something that can be rewritten in real time. But I'm going to show you what hot reload does. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a separate little class. So we're going to have an instance variable. We'll have public class, I don't know, utils, I guess. And then we'll have it do a, public void output PID, some function here, some helpful function. We'll move our stuff down here. And then I'll say var x equal new utils. And then we'll say x dot output PID. So now we're going to spin, and then we'll probably add that threading as well. So we'll say thread dot sleep. Now you see how thread dot sleep was available there as opposed to before when I had to go and say using system dot threading. There's a bunch of implicit usings that are added by default to make this easy out of the box. And then we'll say sleep 1000. Cool. All right. So now let's go over here. We'll do .NET run. Should work, and it'll say, hello, y'all, hello, y'all, hello, y'all. Okay. Now, certainly if I make a change, nothing's going to happen because it's not watching. So now, let's say .NET watch run, hot reload enabled. Hot reload enabled. Control R will restart me. So if I say hello, folks, and then hit Control S, just going to save it. Notice it says hello, folks, and the PID, the process ID, has not changed. There it notices the change, does the hot reload, says hello, Scott. That's pretty interesting. Let's close Visual Studio Code. Let us open up another PowerShell. And let's go over into that folder there. We'll go into .NET 6 demo. And I'll say Notepad 2, because it's one better than Notepad. Do I not have Notepad 2 on my machine? This is a brand new computer. I didn't put that into my path yet. So here I'm in Notepad. Hello, Notepad 2, Control S. And that works. Isn't that cool? So I'm just doing this with the command line and with Notepad, which is hotness. Now, if I want, we'll go ahead and stop this. Okay. And we will close that up. And then I'm going to load up Visual Studio 2022 here. And I'm going to go ahead and open up that .NET 6 demo. Visual Studio is free. You can get the community version of Visual Studio. It's very nice. Works for open source projects, works for small businesses and stuff. Okay. Here's our project here. Now I'm not going to do a debug. I could do a debug, but I'm going to say start without debugging. Okay, and my thing is started up there. I'll put Visual Studio off to the side. There we go. And we have this little hot reload dealy here. Check it out. You select hot reload on save, and then you can choose to force a hot reload, restart the application, do it on save. You're in control. It's up to you. Then we say hello VS 2022 and hit Control S. And look, instantaneously, and the PID, the process ID, does not change. We're actually injecting that into the process with hot reload, which is pretty fantastic. And I'm doing this inside of VS. So as I just make my changes and I hit Control S, it automatically updates. Again, I put that into this public class utils. I put it into a separate util because you can't change the entry point. You can't change the static main entry point, but you can change everything else. And if it looks like you need to force a hot reload, you can just click the little fire deal, and that'll go and say hot reload now. So if I turned off hot reload on save, I said hello Scott, I hit save, you notice that it hasn't changed yet, and then I push the hot reload and I force it out there, and now I get that right there, which is pretty sweet. Even cooler, my friends, let's do this. Let's open up another console, and let's go to a different folder now. Let's go up and do a web app. I don't know, web app 99, why not? .NET, new Razor. I like Razor pages. These are nice, simple websites. They can use MVC, the model view controller stuff, but I like them. And then let's go and say .NET watch run. Okay. And then I'm going to open up another tab over here. And let's get back over into that folder. I should have been more organized with my things that I'm doing so you wouldn't have to wait and watch me. I need to put Notepad into the path. Here I'm looking at a Razor page. And then where's our application? I think it's over on this other monitor. Let me pull that over here. So I'm going to do a little something tricky here. Let's go and do a little of this action. We'll go and put that there, put this down here. Probably don't need that. I'll do it like this. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I've never seen that before. What's happening? Oh, wow, I've never seen that. All right, cool. So here's our application. I'm going to just make a change here. We'll say instead of learn about .NET, I'm just going to change the HTML. I'm going to say Scott is awesome. Control S. Look, I did not press refresh. I did not press refresh. It automatically pushed the change to the HTML out directly. I'm just a Notepad. Again, works in Notepad, works in Vim, works in whatever makes you happy. Hit Control S. Hot reload pushes that code back out the other side. If you don't believe me, that's the CS/HTML. We can do the same thing with, let's say, the code behind. So the C# part of it. Let's try that. Again, I'm doing Notepad just to make the point. And let's watch right here where it says hot reload changes. Well, maybe we'll do something with the logger. We'll say logger.log error. Zuno. Okay, hit Control S, and you'll notice that that code behind got logged and immediately updated. So I can make changes to the code behind. I can make changes to the CS/HTML. Works amazingly. And if you right-click here and look at View Source, the magic is happening here where that ASP.NET Core browser refresh is poking it in at development time. So that is hot reload, available in .NET 6, coming out next week. or this week, depending on where you exist in time and space, and built into Visual Studio 2022, although you can use it in Notepad, Pico, Nano, whatever makes you happy. Makes me happy. That was only 15 minutes long, and hopefully you learned something. And make sure that you check out .NET Conf. .NET Conf, if you have not seen it, is happening right now. Let me actually open up a browser and I'll show you that. It's going to be this week. .NET Conf. Well, again, depending on space and time, eh? November 9th to the 11th, 6 days from now. And if you get to the .NET Conf and it's already happened, all of those things will be available on YouTube. You can check them out. It's going to be a great virtual event. You can check out all of our great sponsors and go and watch all of these things. There's a big agenda. We're going to have 3 fun days of sessions, community sessions, what's new and all the different things that make you happy. So be sure to check that out and download .NET 6. It's a good time. That was a very short demo, but there's so much more to show you. Hopefully I'll do more. Please comment in the chats what you want to see. Bye.